Well, wouldn't it be great if we could unify the Kingdom of Hungary, you see here in the Hungarian point, and Australia with one single click? Considering that the Australians would become independent, I think that would be in their interest too. Let's go ahead. This time not play on Iron mode and not on LA, because you saw last time how it fucked me up. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me quickly demonstrate how easy that is. You'll just have to click on Decision Survival with the mod, by the way. Then click on this, the Australia-Hungarian Union will become Australia as a coast light, and will get every leader and the entire army. Go ahead, click on the Austro-Hungarian Union, and there we go. If just forming countries would be so easy also in real life. Now we have 108,000 troops. The Australians didn't add much. Well, we can't do anything with them. We're just gonna go ahead and disband them. We also like the equipment, so I think the only thing we really inherited is their core, their population and their navy. Well, that's it. Australia, Hungary. Now, our first step is to bloody get a naval port so we can, well, link up and deliver vital equipment to the Australians. Well, as Hungary, we have a really small army and a even higher lack of infantry equipment, so that will be, well, challenging to say the least, even with the Australians on our side, but we'll manage, At least we got 10 sweet military factories, that's something. That went quite quick. Czechoslovakia is a cancer tumor in the heart of Europe, and at last the Germans have decided to take decisive action against them. What? Well, I got to that province, Czechoslovakia, quite quickly. I didn't expect that to happen that quick, by the way. Alright, well, that's accepted, of course, but that's not really expected. Well, as Hungary, we are still stuck with the Treaty of Trianon, so we should best go ahead and build civilian factories. Let's perhaps also advantages in a certain point of view, Well, yeah, our army is certainly not being advantageous at all, at the least, so we cannot do any expansions yet. Even perhaps Austria would crush us, so yeah, that's all of that. Well, we are getting there slowly, but still at least. Well, I shall share my plans with you. After thinking a bit, we really have to get rid of the Treaty of Trianon, because that severely limits us, and we're not able to do so without going to war, because this focus tree in the Road to 56 doesn't include it. Therefore, my only way is to get evangelism to... I'm gonna claim Vojvodina, they're gonna most likely reject, I hope that they will. And after that, we should be able to declare war on them. And since they have a bigger army than us, we have just 57,000 men, we can't go any further because the Treaty of Trianon restricts us to do so. The only way, how you see, is to wait and to actually go in a war. We might fail because so I'm building forts across the border, but we'll have some safe hold ground there. Obviously, that's the only plan how to really succeed, unfortunately. Well, since we have a big penalty of building military factories, we are becoming quite a civilian powerhouse, to be honest. The Empire of Australia and Hungary. Well, we completely... Well, that is not what we wanted. The Yugoslavians demanded... accepted that they become all owner of Vojvodina. Well, that is not really what we wanted. That is not what we wanted. So the only way to break from this treaty free is to become fascist. Well, we are slowly getting there. Slowly but slowly we are getting there. Some events will surely benefit us, but other than that, well, there's nothing really that I can do at that point. So I think meanwhile, let's go ahead and just get that. Alright, so I'll keep yourself updated. Finally, we managed to achieve absolute popularity. Now we can simply go ahead and hold the national referendum. If we wanted, we'll hold it. Now the Horsey government became the ruling party. I don't know why that random guy is leading. Shouldn't be Horsey leading us. Well, alright, whatsoever. Well then, next thing, we still have the Treaty of Trianon. So yeah, you shouldn't play Hungary with the Road to 56 mod. That's still not gonna help me. We're gonna go ahead and finally justify a war goal against Yugoslavia. Alright, justification is finished. The war is already declared after I finished to build my focuses, to build my forts here. Because you'll never know, they seem to have more troops than we do, we just have 58,000 because of the Treaty of Trianon. We should try yourself out that part. That's quite interesting to play as Hungary, especially in that way, as Australia-Hungary, as the Australia-Hungarian Empire. It's quite fun, though. I actually rethought things, and I think it would be in our interest to actually go ahead and annex Austria before the Germans do so. I think that's would be in our greatest interests, but our army is advancing quite slowly, so I don't think that that is going to be possible. No, I think Austria is going to fall to German hands, so a crippling blow for us. Yeah. Well, if truth be told, I would have simply loved it to take Austria to us, but the army is quite stronger than ours, and the Germans are doing the Anschluss, so I think we have no chance there. But we can go ahead and enrich ourselves on Yugoslavia. We'll go ahead, declare war, but we'll have to play a defensive role for now at least. Yeah, play a defensive role for now. Yep, they even declared war to us, and our army isn't looking, well, good standing there. Their army is 4 times stronger than ours. All you'll have to do is we have to go ahead and deploy more divisions. That's the only thing I can do. After we get a manpower, of course, and that will take some while, so we may even fail. There's no good guarantee on that point from me. Let's see. It's looking bad for us, for sure. Yeah, you can see that this war is everything else than easy. Despite us being so strong, we're simply not able to go ahead and to, well, have any meaningful progress here. Well, we can at least bypass the Yugoslavian forces. But you see that this war is kind of a stalemate right now. And this war has developed itself to a stalemate. And yeah, I think we have to pull back with that division as well. So this war is gonna take a long time, that is for sure. Especially with us having no manpower at all and it not deploying quickly. We have a huge problem there. At least it deployed. We have the equipment, how you can see. We are also trading. Oh, they actually evacuated from that area. That's quite nice. Go ahead. They are severely pushing us back in some areas, how you can see. I think the best thing would be to actually push back. Be the best thing. Although the front is stabilizing itself, that's for sure. The front is stabilizing itself. Now let's just don't attack. Alright, now the front kind of stabilizes itself. I think after we deploy our army, we're gonna push against the Yugoslavians. But that's not easy at all, how you can see. I nearly lost my fortified positions there. We lost Vojvodina to them. That's not a problem. After we recapture, that shouldn't be a problem at all. I don't know why, but my army likes to keep attacking, despite me telling them not to do so. We can just see the Yugoslavians decided to start another huge offensive against our lines. Well, alright. Yeah, Yugoslavia will pay for it, guaranteed. The front line finally stabilized itself, while our manpower is stabilized, but our army is rising, and I think victory will be imminent after a few months. Well, how you see, we got a considerable army of 300,000 men, a lot of equipment and so forth. Now the question is, will we be able to breach through the Yugoslavian lines? That's really the first success. Well, we can't say, I don't know how, but the aid in Australia really helped us. Therefore, well, shall we go ahead? Soon after we got a little bit more command power, I need to enact force attack. Force attack after we got 70. And then it will be our offensive against the Yugoslavian army, which we should succeed considering that they're quite demolished. They're force attack. Yes, the front is actually looking quite greeny. That's amazing. We should go ahead and even attack, I would say, aggressively, using area momentum and getting now militarism next. So I think this war, yep, will be over quite soon. We are capturing our fortified positions back as well. There we go. Yeah, can we even capture Belgrade? That would be great. Capturing Belgrade would be great. Well, Let's see, we lost 61,000, the Yugoslavian lost 109,000, so the war is entering its quite deadly phase. Now you can see, there we go, Belgrade is captured, but not captured, it is protected by one of their divisions. Now our troops are encircled, that's not good at all. We have to break through the line, there we go, which we manage right now. Now, alright, perhaps I should regroup, reorganize after capturing some territory, so I'll be well, we did quite well. Now the decisive blow against the Yugoslavian army will come. Well, this war took longer than expected and the Yugoslavian resisted really well, but no one can resist the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So building more military factories even in Yugoslavian soil, because that's soon gonna become our land. Yugoslavia is split into two, their armies in this era, despite being still 100,000 strong, our army is still 300,000 strong, stunningly. Let's go ahead and actually capture our first naval port in the war, capture Split as well. I think after we capture Ljubljana, they are going to surrender. Now they are even split in 3, so they should basically just surrender right now. I expect nothing else than full annexation of Yugoslavia. Full annexation. Yeah. That was swift. Alright, now first let's take the historical land. Historical land was this of Hungary. Well, they have quite a good amount of resources actually. Well, do we want to puppet them or to annex them? That's the question. Well, let's actually go ahead and, well, puppet them. Yeah. Puppet them, with them still keeping their resources so we can actually take it from them. Let's go ahead. Puppet Yugoslavia. So, yep, we weren't that brutal per se. Now we just took our historical land of Hungary, and the rest has been puppeted. Radikalna Yugoslavia. Well, I hope they're gonna build something good now. Well, alright, it's I think more interesting. Well, look at that, we are being aligned on by Hungary. Hungary is actually aligning us. They demand to change our government. Well, the Austro-Hungarian Empire is better to die than to live free as a slave. And they declared war on us, the Romanians declared war on us with their army of house familia. We called in Yugoslavia and they're actually having some offensive progress against our armed forces. But this war will be bloody, but we have 18 divisions freshly trained to join this mighty effort, and after that I think the Romanians will consider it twice, but a great war has begun. That is for sure, the war for our very existence. We'll get Ivan Hindi there and some Italian volunteers. With that we should be fine. Well, the Romanians certainly lack the military strength to conduct the operations in a good manner. Therefore, I'm gonna go ahead and do launch an attack instead of them. What do they say? The best defense, the best attack is... Well, don't evacuate from the province, please. What in the name of God? Just go to there. What, Romania declared war on whom? Oh no, they're appointing a pro-Axis government. Is that a joke? Now they are losing, now they want to appoint something pro-Axis. Well, that is not nice, certainly. Well, we're gonna win this no matter what. One thing is for sure, this war certainly costs many Romanians their lives. Well, and also many Hungarians. We lost 239,000 men. They lost only 200,000, so our losses are actually higher than their losses, but do we care? No, we don't. We wanna absolutely conquer all of Romania. Well, their army isn't so weak. At least we managed to capture the Transylvanian plains, and the conquest now goes on into Bucharest. We managed to break through their lines with a big army here. They are completely unprepared for that. We're just holding them busy, and now we are already besieging Bucharest. So that's truly a blitzkrieg. Just look to that. Bucharest is soon already encircled. We captured the vital oil fields of Ploiesti, how they call it. We're gonna soon cut off Bucharest from the rest of the country. And there we go, Bucharest is cut off, and the Treaty of Iasi will conclude the end of this war. I'm only gonna annex Historian territory, so just all of Transylvania. That should be enough. Well, I could annex all of Romania, but I'm gonna go ahead and puppet them instead. There we go. Now we have the legionary Romania there. The man Transylvania has been bypassed. Oh, I didn't demand it because we were at war, because they attacked us. That's a great victory for us. Another great victory. Well, the Czech already gave up the Sudetenland to the Germans. Then we'll conclude with destroying the rest of Czechoslovakia. Not the Germans, we shall do that, so we shall go ahead and declare war against the Czech, calling our allies. There we go. Now we have what? Oh, we're I'd say it's time to say goodbye, Greece. The growth of your economy won't help you. Let's call in our allies. But now, this war will be over quite soon. Well, don't even want to push, already pushed into Greece already. Our army just go ahead and encircle them. That's something great. To see our army blitzing through Greece, just seeing what the Italians were not able to do, which we are actually. There we go, capturing these little provinces there, and the conquest of Greece is now just a question of some days, not even weeks, some days to conclude this. Oh, thank you for aid, Italy, I'll gladly accept. There are 3 Soviet divisions, you can see, they want to block our advance off, but well, Soviet divisions, I'm afraid that you arrived a bit too late. You're not gonna help them like that. My entire army of nearly 1 million troops is gonna crash through that one line quite soon. Come on, there we go. We should just overrun them, I mean. And they are retreating to Athens. Now the battle for Athens has begun. Well, their entire army is concentrating around Athens, so considering that, let's actually create an army attack group to assign them to the armies. But my army group won't do much, so I have to do it separately with my armies there. If you're gonna do that, you're going to do that. And this one, alright, the siege of Athens will start as soon as I got the island of Peloponnese. I think that I actually got Epirus under my control. Here we go, capturing the naval bases so they can't really evacuate. Now just encircling these divisions there. Now launching the attack on Athens. I5. Come on, I want to see a swift and quick victory. For this. Well, why is there no voice in that instance? Here we go, it works again, and we got the piece really well. I'm gonna be kind and I'm just going to puppet the Greece. You see, there we go. National Union of Greece being led by George II under NSR. Well, with the Germans striking Poland, I thought it is time that we strike as well. They formed a major margin, so we are quite happy there. Now our army just has to go ahead and push right through Poland. This should be really easy. And go ahead to Warsaw, even bomb them, so we got some extra points there. Flying their planes and our planes. There we go. And just you have to the race to Warsaw. Well, Warsaw is suddenly quite far away, so I don't think it's gonna be easy. Well, let's try to get as much war score as we can at least. Italy, why do you change your nice land, please? So I don't think we're gonna get most of the war score, considering that most of the fighting goes on the upper parts. Let's try to get as much land as we can, especially Krakow, and maybe even more. Yeah, the race to Krakow. I want to capture. Come on, Hungarian army, onwards to victory! It is absolute victory and nothing else. Well, the Poland, they should rather, the Polish should rather surrender to us than surrender to the Germans. I mean, because we will treat them as brothers. but unlike the Germans, which will just most likely put them into labor camps, into gulags, or KZs, is the correct term for that. I don't think that I'll be able to capture Krakow. Come on, Warsaw, come on, Polish army, just get out of my way! I only want the best thing for you, it's really close, it's a close call, that's for sure. Come on, Warsaw shall be mine, Warsaw! There we go, yes, we captured Warsaw, it was us capturing Warsaw, we actually also captured Krakow as well. And now they are stuck between the German and... That's looking quite funny though. Now, I want to capture Grodno and these provinces as well, so I can take them in the peace treaty and not Germany. The Brest-Litovsk will also come under our command. There are 20 Polish divisions just in secret we can crush. Yeah, the best thing would be to crush them as well. Poland has capitulated to us, giving us 50% of their access, and there we go. Germany said they got more of the Warsaw and they took even some states, that's quite sad. What didn't I thought I took Krakow, right? Yeah, okay, I took Warsaw at least, so that's a nice guy. I'll take Stanislavov, Lublin. Can I go ahead and just satellite? Okay, let's pass. Germany isn't being nice in terms of satellite Ukraine and satellite Poland. There we go. And Germany is just taking that territory quite quickly. Pass. Yeah, I guess Poland, you'll get Lublin. Oh, they can take these states at least. Alright, that's something. I'm also gonna go ahead and pop Lithuania then. I can't pop Lithuania. I pop Lithuania now. Lithuania. Yes, I can. Great. Now Lithuania, you're gonna get that state. Yeah, I'm also gonna give them Vilno and Novgorod, so a greater Lithuania for them it shall be. Well, if... What? Really? Who did satellite Belarus? It's just looking ugly. Well, Poland will get Vilno then. That's fine. Oh, that's pure baller, go. Come on. Really, they decided to puppet them there. Really. Just really. I mean, just really, please, come on. Well, we control Ukraine and, well, Poland to a certain extent, and Lithuania is our puppet. It's okay, I think. Oh wow, actually, immediately the Soviet Union declared war on Romania. Well, that completely took me off guard. I think I just have to join the Axis. Oh no, they even won't let us. Are we facing them by ourselves? Come on, no. How can I face the Soviet Union by myself? That is a thing which is not possible. That is not it's not a possibility to face the Soviet Union all by ourselves. Oh damn, Germany, please. Germany. They won't accept. Well, we have to go into a fallback line in Romania, abandoning Hungary here, fallback line here in these mountains. Actually, it's try not to lose as much land. A fallback line like that. Right. No, what I do? Just go to a fallback line. Quick. Evacuate our captured territories. They are really ruthless. Well, they are ruthless, that's for sure. Come on, Germany! I want your help and you won't help me this time. That is not nice, Germany. Bloody traitors. Should I do? I just get more of that. More iron from the Frenchman. Overall, we are doing horribly. I already captured vast parts of Romania, even Bucharest is under siege. Doesn't my army want to go to Bucharest? Hello? Come on, no, wait. No, don't capture Bucharest, goddammit! So Romania is already surrendered to the Soviets. That's everything else than great, so we lost Romania. Great. Yeah, they are probably going to advance into the inner Carpathian Mountains, while the Soviet army is 3 million strong, so I even didn't call in my allies there, but I don't think that that is going to help. They're just going to get conquered. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Germany has the work of invading USSR, and well, why don't they? No, I can't join the Axis. No, it's just a question. Us staying alive. The best is what I can do is to establish force as quick as possible, not to lose even more land and not to lose even more territory. Yeah, that's the only thing I can do so far. Oh, Lithuania has capitulated. I have no idea how they spawned it in there. The Soviets, yeah, they are certainly being quite aggressive now. This don't regroup. Well, we are fighting against 3 million troops there, so let's stop that. At least we managed to fall back into the Hungarian lands. You see, if you are not even careful for a second, then you are kind of doomed. And the things do not seem really for me to say this. What should I research? Just like that. Alright, and now let's get total mobilization. That may help us, but I don't think so. German volunteers, at least we have 9 German volunteers there, and the Polish army is at least trying to fight. Come on, Germany, just invite the USSR. Ukraine has surrendered, there we go. Well, our next goal will be first to recapture. Well, I'll be right back in a bit when things get better. Thankfully, Germany broke the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Well, I awaited a quick and swift German victory. For sure. We got at least some nice troops to deploy here on the front line to help us. That's nice. After Germany lost, the losses of the Soviet Union are skyrocketing to astonishing limits, and I will join the Axis. There we go, we joined the Axis. Now we are in the Axis, well, at least for now. We can of course leave it at any given time. The Axis are here. It's Carpathian Ukraine. Well, next thing has to be that I think it's time to liberate Romania. Considering the fall... Wait, the fall? What? Italy became communist, but they're still in the Axis, so I don't think that this is going to change things in the war. Nope. I can't just bail out. What's that? Strikes? Just blow over. Our offensive has begun. The Soviet Union are just having skyrocketingly high losses. They are doing the lessons of war. That will help us since they already had the lessons of war, and we are slowly but safely liberating Romania. They got many troops there, so we aren't being that successful, not in the mountains, but in these points we are. We tell them to execute carefully, only where we can win. What? What? Is there a Yugoslavian civil war? Is that a joke? Yugoslavian Confederation declared war against Radical Yugoslavia. It must be a joke. How did that happen? Please. They have no troops whatsoever, so I'm just going to get through and capture them. Can't I help them? Hello, what is that, please? Hello, I want to help them. That's weird. Here, join wars. Join wars. Well, that's not possible. I have no idea, Yugoslavia. Don't you want to go ahead and maybe recapture these territories? They're only fighting Yugoslavia. I think I would have to justify against them. Weirdly though, that should not happen, especially since they are... Now I can join the war. Alright, now just capturing Belgrade and then Skopje. And after that they should surrender, but this move was really weird from the game. Weird to say the least. Battle plans are going well. Well, the offensive actually halted against the Soviet Union. Oh yeah, they actually fell into Bulgaria. I mean, just considering how huge the Soviet army is, that is not really surprising. I mean, we have more, but they are, still have 4 million, so considering that, yeah, things are like that. I think I shall assign my army even to cover the Bulgarian land here. There we go, like that offensive line. We are still far away from any major Russian cities, or any big cities at all. Skopje should be ours soon. Well, that was a weird war. The Soviet Union is fighting a war on 3 fronts. Against the Axis in China, with Japan, where they are fighting badly, and versus the faction called Three Brothers, and against us in Europe, where we are pushing them finally, at last. And being quite successful encircling army after army from them, here they are but barely encircled. I think we have to cut them off there and then. Yep. The Soviets already lost 2.5 million men. Well, that isn't common to see that the United States doesn't join the Allies, that they join the Benelux. The US joined the Benelux. Well, that is... Alright, that is, well, quite weird. Yeah. In case you're wondering how the war is going, it's going highly in our favor, to say the least. Japan captured, well, most of the far east of the Soviet Union, then we have Germany here, and, well, the Axis powers here, doing great damage, too, and actually soon we'll capture Moscow as well. That's a glorious day for us. The Soviet Union is kind of no more. Finland is still fighting here, actually they. Then having successfully captured Leningrad, how you see there, it's under their control, the Finnish command. With them capturing Onega and Murmansk, the Three Brothers did a good job of brotherly defending themselves. And we launch a major offensive into this area with various pockets of Soviet resistance, and that's they are gonna extinguish quite soon. Especially after Moscow falls, the Soviet economy and the Soviet will to fight on will be broken. And I mean, with the Japan raging on from the east, the Soviets stand basically no chance. And our units successfully captured Moscow just right now. The Soviet Union is 81% towards capitulation. They lost 5.1 million men. 5.1 million, well, that's still nothing compared to the real losses of the Soviet Union, which were like 40 million, I think. 40 million was 5 million isn't such a huge difference, but I have to take into consideration that only military losses are getting counted here and nothing else. So only military losses are being counted here. The Soviet Union being reduced to a small strip, well, we can't say that a small strip of land, but considering their size, it's small, and after we capture the various provinces here, they're gonna fall and we're gonna win. The battle for the hero city, Girat Geroi Sevastopol, has begun. Other than that, are there any other major cities we would have to take out? Let's see. What the Soviets managed to recapture Moscow. Well, that's quite interesting. They managed to recapture Moscow and we have no troops there ready to... Let's see, these ones go ahead, they got Moscow, that's very easy. We captured Sevastopol. The army group will just join them back. There are still quite many pockets of Soviet resistance there, considering that. I think they have to get exterminated. What the Democratic Republic of Afghanistan joined Comintern? Well, why did they come to join the Comintern? Well, they are doing the Great Patriotic War, but I don't think it's gonna help them Afghanistan, especially right now. Bad choice. We recaptured Moscow finally, and now Gorky is their new capital, it seems like. Well, they are... They are 93% towards capitulation. So, since the peace treaty is gonna come up quite soon, we have to do a fair peace treaty. I activated player control peace conferences. So we did 28% to the war cost. Let's see. Well, we contributed as much as Germany. Japan comes next, so they're gonna get a nice chunk of territory. So the only countries we're gonna get stuff is, let's say, Germany, me, Japan. Italy may get a bit, and of course Denmark and the three brothers will get a bit as well. So, saying that Germany is doing really bad though against the Allies. They're actually attacking Germany. Germany is under attack from the Allies, believe it or not. The French are striking. Well, let's wait until the Soviets completely surrender, and after that I'd say it's time for a nice peace treaty. A nice and fair, most likely fair peace treaty. Well, they really don't want to surrender. They are 99% towards capitulation. Perhaps one victory point would already help us, like capturing Krasnodar. Yeah, that certainly help us. Well, I think they surrender just right now. The Soviet Union has capitulated. So let's see. Actually, we got most of the war score, how you can see. So it is our turn first to get most of the territories. So let's actually pass some time so we can get a nice and fair peace treaty going. Alright, there we go. So, Ukraine is going to get their core states back. Where's Ukraine? Ukraine is gonna get their core states back. Can I just say, no, I can't say liberate to Ukraine. Can I actually say that, like, liberate to Ukraine? That will be more handy. Let's select one of them. I can't, so let's go ahead, scroll down to Ukraine. Ukraine will get all of their core states, of course. Yeah, we'll get their core states. Plus the Crimea. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Let's give Ukraine Rostov and Krasnodar as well. And these provinces here. So, and the turn. There we go. Now it is the turn of Poland. Poland will get compensated quite well as well, but we can't forget the Germans. But the Germans, they do not bother anything. But still, the Germans are gonna get territory since they contributed a nice part to the war efforts. Let's take our allies. Poland is going to basically get the Belarusian. Let's not get the Belarus. There's no road there. Now it is, let's say, Germany's turn. Germany is just going to get some territories here, like in the middle, to be a counter between Japan. Let's give Germany these territories. Hungarian, Lapland, is going to get. Italian considerably bigger, they're getting the Ural Mountains as well. And also this area of Central Asia will come under German command. Actually, no, that will be Japanese. Let's end the turn. Now it's Japan's turn. Since they did quite a lot to the war effort, they're gonna get most of the Far East. Japan, here, enjoy your Far Eastern breakfast. Let's see how much it costs. So much. Enjoy there as well. Alright, Japan, here, enjoy your nice toast, let's say. Give these territories. I think that's a fair deal to conclude. What do you think? Do you think that the peace treaty is fair as well? If so, then let me know. Alright, that's gonna go to Japan. Now Finland. Good old Finland will get some territories as well, since they fought a bit and they these battles. So that's Finland. Finland, I can't see in Norway. That's Norway. Finland is gonna get Leningrad, Onega and Murmansk. Well, Italy will get nothing. Let's say Italy will get Latvia. We'll get the mandate over Latvia, Italy. Mandate over Latvia and Pskov and Nivo. There we go, like that. Now it is finally our turn. We are going to what's our live going to satellite? Nationalist Belarus. Or what's rather left of them, Nationalist Belarus. We're gonna satellite Azerbaijan, Armenia, and Georgia, and the turn. Now there are some central states left. I think we're gonna go ahead and puppet what is left of them. Yeah. Nice little buffer state here. Alright, there we go. Peace conference is over. A nice and fair peace treaty has been signed. Yeah, that's nice and fair. The Russian Empire, with being still quite small, but we achieved quite some success. Ukraine got certainly bigger, really big. Belarus got liberated. Our Axis is like that, but we're gonna leave the Axis. Goodbye. Faction. Are we fighting a war together? Oh, against Afghanistan. We're still fighting against Afghanistan. Look at that. Well, we have to finish that, and after that we can safely leave the Axis. Well, since the war in Afghanistan, there's no end in sight because of the horrible supply status here. I think the best thing would be to finish this, so thank you. Let's see, what have we achieved? What have we achieved? We achieved to, well, of course, establish a great mainland Hungarian kingdom with a core population of 4 million people. And then we achieved to establish following countries as a race protectorate. The Russian Empire, Belarus, Poland, Grand Duchy of Lithuania, Region of Romania, Republic of Yugoslavia, National Union of Greece, Ukraine, Caucasus Authority, Empire of Fire, Greater Armenia, and the Race Protectorate Ostland. So this country, this, and these are all in our sphere of influence. All of these are, so we did really well considering that, I think really well. I managed to stage a civil war in France, but the performance of the game is just too horrible. You can't really capitalize on that. So with that, I think it's time to finish the episode here. It was a long one. Thank you for watching me. I'm Sacred, and I wish a good day to you all. Goodbye, have a nice day, and stay safe and sound. Goodbye.